Hello, my name is Nicola Brown and I'm a natural health and behavioural practitioner for humans and animals. And I use a sophisticated and rather amazing technology to help my clients with their progression within their healing and well-being journeys. And today I wanted to talk a little bit about bioresonance therapy, what it is, how it works, and the kind of results that we get and the kind of help that we can offer, because it's not exactly a new therapy. I mean, we were using frequency therapy back in the Egyptian times. Nikola Tesla did loads of research and study on frequency therapy and medicine. You know, so all of this stuff maybe has been suppressed a little bit out in the world or not recognised by medical science, but you know, the clients that come through for the therapy, and myself included, have found the frequency therapy really has helped in so many ways to progress us forward on our health and well-being journeys. So yes, just wanted to make this video today to share a little bit about that. And of course, I want to answer a few questions, and I'll probably make a few videos like this because it's quite an in-depth subject, which I could probably talk about for hours. But I just want to give you sort of the basic outlines today and get you thinking about bioresonance therapy. You may be here because you've never heard of it before, you'd like to find out some information, or you're doing research on it. You may have even had some bioresonance therapy. You may be really looking to do, as I say, research on it, or you're just here because you're curious on what's out there and what's available. So what is bioresonance therapy? Bioresonance therapy is it's energetic therapy. We use frequencies, and resonance is all about what resonates with us and what doesn't. All right, and we're all different. So what resonates with one person may not resonate with another. We're all unique, we're all individual. So the bioresonance therapy can really take a detailed look at what you're resonating with and what you're not, what your body is, what's interfering with your body, your health, your well-being, and what's not, you know, what's good for you. So we can take a more detailed look at the whole picture and the whole spectrum of health and well-being for yourself or your animal. We have to be very clear that our scanning system and our test is not a medical test. All right, this is an energetic test where you are looking at the energetic and the frequencies of your mind, your body, your spirit, and your soul. If you want a diagnosis, we don't diagnose either. We will identify or detect, but we don't diagnose with this testing system. If you want a diagnosis, you go through to a doctor or a hospital or a vet, and you go through their stringent blood tests, urine tests, whatever other tests that they are offering you, and they will give you a set of results, and they will come back and give you a diagnosis. Now what that system usually does is give you a diagnosis, and then they will give you their solution to manage the symptoms of your diagnosis, of your illness. So whether it's depression or cancer or high blood pressure or diabetes, they've diagnosed you with this thing. Now they're going to offer you a solution, which is generally in drug therapy, you know, drug formats. They might offer you Prozac, or they might offer you blood thinning drugs, or, you know, insulin drugs to take for the rest of your life. But what they very rarely do is actually give you the cause of your illness. Actually, you know, the cause of your problem, they're not there to look at that model. Whereas in natural health, that's how we work. That's how a holistic, natural practitioner will look. We're going to look at where we're going to really do some investigation and identify what's causing your issues. Because once we get to the root of a problem, we can solve it. And we can solve it quite quickly and quite easily. And we can give you accurate information about that, what's causing your issues and your problems through the bioresonance testing. Now, Through the testing, we take a hair sample, and we can do this with anybody or any animal around the world. It doesn't matter how far you live from me. As long as you can send us a hair sample, we can do everything remotely. And we will go into more details about the how bioresonance work in other videos. This video is more about the sort of the results and the help that we're giving, and trying to sort of understand how natural and holistic therapies work. All right. So we can take the hair sample, and the hair sample we put into a very sophisticated scanner called the eLibra 9. It's the most sophisticated, in my opinion, bioresonance machine on the planet. All right, I only tend to work with the best. And I've been working with the system for over 10 years and have seen some incredible results, and people moving along on their healing journeys through the bioresonance. So it's a system I trust, it's a therapy I trust. I have used it myself for the last 10 years, and I can honestly say I haven't needed to go into the allopathic system at all. Any health, emotional challenges, behavioural challenges, emotional, psychological challenges that I've faced over the last 10 years, I've been able to sort them, move through them very quickly, very gently, through the bioresonance therapy. I was actually rushed into hospital at 12 years old. I very nearly died. My temperature went up to 109, and I had a massive reaction to penicillin. I'd been sick most of my childhood, tonsillitis, and the doctor just kept treating me with antibiotics, and eventually my body just said, I just can't do this anymore, and came out with a massive allergic reaction. Now, since then, that allergic reaction, my body has been very sensitive to all kinds of drugs. And any chemical drugs I've then had in my system have caused issues within my health and my well-being, my mental well-being. So I had to look for, because I became so allergic to everything, I had to look for an alternative method, alternative therapy to, combat any health or mental issues that came up for me in my lifetime. And I was using homeopathy, and homeopathy is absolutely beautiful, wonderful therapy and medicine. And I got some great results for it. The bioresonance is almost, for me, like a step up. It's more sophisticated, and it will select all of these remedies, all the remedies that you need, all the holistic and natural medicines that you need in frequency format, and be able to send them into your energetic field and one of these bioresonance e-pendants, which you wear, which will emit these healing frequencies for you over a period of about 8 to 12 weeks, and start sort of shifting and helping you make the changes that you need to in your life to become well again. Because if we actually take a look at sickness and disease, and we actually look at what causes these things, because at the moment in the world, I see that we have a very big pandemic, health pandemic, and we're being told that we can catch this off each other. With the holistic therapies, taking ourselves outside of the allopathic model, we take responsibility for our disease. And that is actually the most powerful thing you can do, is stop blaming people outside. You've given me this, you're going to give me that. You create your own disease within your body. Your body has the intelligence to create that disease. And it's created by all the toxicity that's going in. All the stress, the toxic foods, the pesticides, the toxins in the water, the chemicals, the vaccinations, everything that we put into our body and into our environment, our body has to deal with. And our body is incredible, it can deal with a load of toxins. We've been given a liver and a kidney, and bowels. We've been given all of these things to deal with these toxins and let them go. But sometimes when we've got too much toxicity within our systems start breaking down. And we start getting cell toxicity and viruses and bacterial infections, and because the immune system's depleted. So with the holistic system, we work with the immune system and the hormonal systems and the glandular systems and the energetic systems. And we look at the whole system and get those boosted up, strong, back into function, so your body can do the own healing. We never say the bioresonance is doing their own healing. It's a tool. Just as a plumber may have something to unlock his plumbing, he's got that tool. The bioresonance is a tool for our health and well-being. And it's a very incredible tool that we can, as I say, detect things. Now, if we have a look at the 3 things that cause sickness within the body, first thing is too much toxicity. When we have too much toxicity in our body, it's going to deplete our immune system. Our immune system is doing work 24 hours a day, every second of the day, at trying to remove bacteria, fungi, viruses, pollutants, everything that we're breathing in and taking in. Our immune system is doing an amazing job. It's when we've got too much toxicity. So, if we're eating the wrong foods, high sugar diets, high fat diets, alcohol, cigarettes, all these things that we do to perceive as treats or enjoying ourselves, actually are intoxicating our body. So we've got to take responsibility and look at the things that we're putting in our mouth, even down to how much Wi-Fi have we got around us, what's going on in the environment, are we using cleaning chemicals, harsh chemicals, air fresheners, fly sprays. All of these things cause toxicity within our body and within our animals. They all affect us in some way. But we go about our day using pesticides and garden pesticides and weed killers and everything without really much thought about, what we're doing to ourselves or the environment of the planet. So anyway, by bringing back to toxicity, this is what we do. We identify, through the bioresonance, we can identify what toxicities you've got in the body. It'll identify bacteria, fungi, parasites, toxins, food intolerances, non-food intolerances, drugs, pharmaceutical drugs, recreational drugs, frequencies, unbalanced things, unbalanced frequencies that are going on in your environment. It'll also pick up, what's going on emotionally and psychologically. So if you've got toxic thoughts all the time, you're depressed and your heart's full of hate or anger, or all of this is going to make you sick. Right, so this is what we're trying to do. We identify the toxicity and we're going to help you detoxify your body through this therapy. Number 2 is mineral and vitamin deficiency. This is massive when it comes to health. Most of us are mineral and vitamin deficiency, generally because the foods that we're growing are genetically modified. They're growing in poor nutrient soils. They've not got the nutrients in them, and we have to eat a wide variety of foods to try and get the nutrients that our cells need. So we can look at exactly what foods what foods are not agreeing with your body, what foods that your body needs, what nutrients you're deficiency in, and we can even send those frequencies of those nutrients in. We can help you with your vitamins and your minerals all through frequency format now. It's incredible. Now the third thing is obviously stress, and there's a big lot of stress going on in the world at the moment, and we are seeing a number in rise of people getting sick because the stress is getting more and more and more. Stress is a massive killer on the immune system, massive depleter of the immune system. They say that most cancer patients, and I know myself, I've had stage 4 cancer and healed myself over 20 years ago. So I know all about cancer and all about what's going on there. And it's very, very common that people that get cellular damage have had a massive trauma in their life, maybe a massive loss, a divorce, a lost partner, a house move. They've had some huge trauma in their life, and a few months later their whole system goes into a state of acid, and their cells start changing, and everything else that's going on can start to develop cell abnormality, which is what cancer is. So we look at the stresses We can look at the emotional stresses within you, within your environment, within your animals. We can actually really detect through frequency, because each of those different emotions have different frequencies, and we can measure those frequencies and be able to sort of really highlight to you what's interfering with your health and well-being. So how we do that is, as I say, we take a hair sample from yourself or your animal, you send it to us, we put it through the eLibra system. Now there's over 250 categories on our scanning, and these categories cover a wide range of things. And again, the brochure that we send out can go into more detail about what those categories are. We can send you out a category list so you can have a look at exactly what those are. As I say, we look at the whole system, your meridians, your energetic points, your whole glandular, emotional, hormonal, digestive, alimentary, or we can look at the whole thing, or we can actually go in and do specific, like let's just do a full 6-hour scan and balance on the liver. Let's have a look at what's going on in this person's liver or this person's lung or their heart. We can program the scanner to really go into particular different areas of the body and really do detailed scan and balance for you. So just a little example of how this therapy may help or has helped our clients. Just things like, as I say, we are not here to diagnose, we're here to detect things that perhaps you're not going to know about. I'll give you one of the biggest examples that I can think of was my own. It's always good to talk about your own story, isn't it? Before 4.5 years ago, me and my beautiful dog Annie got very sick, and I didn't know what was wrong with us, so we put us both through the scanning system, and it came back both on our results that we had high levels of black mold poisoning in our system. And I was like, where are we getting this black mold from? Because I know how dangerous black mold is, and I didn't seem to. I had a little bits on windows and stuff, but I thought, I can't see anywhere that it's really bad. Where's this coming from? And about 2 days later, after I'd got this, and I'm still thinking about where's this black mould coming from, I get some guidance come through. Nikki, clean that cupboard out. And I had a cupboard in my flat that backed onto a shower. And it was full of stuff. And I would literally open the cupboard and, put stuff in and shut it again. And I kept thinking, I've got to clean that cupboard out, So I opened the door and I pulled everything out. And I was just so shocked. Halfway up the wall was just thick black mould. This shower had been leaking over God knows how long, and the mould had grown. And we were both, black mould spores were spread all around the house, in the air and everything. We developed both of that, and unfortunately it led my dog to her death, to an earlier death than what we had anticipated. I had to fight a lot to get the mould out of my system, and obviously I had quite a few scan and balances to get that toxicity out of my system. But the point is my symptoms were, I was dizzy, I was fainting, I was getting heart palpitations. One day I actually put my head over the bath to rinse my hair, and I put a towel on my head, and I went to stand up and I just hit the floor and passed out. And that was the point, actually, when I got tested, because I thought something not right here with my health. And every time I sat up, I was going dizzy. These are all symptoms of black mould. And yet, if I'd gone to a doctor, he may have diagnosed something like angina and given me some blood thinning tablets for my heart. I had severe depression. That's another big symptom of black mould poisoning. She had anxiety and depression. It affects your brain massively, and your mind and your thoughts and how you feel about yourself. Again, the doctor may have prescribed Prozac for me. All in the meantime, I haven't detected the mould. I haven't addressed the mould problem in the system. I'm just putting drugs in there now. And we found that chemical drugs can really exuberate these kind of mould and bacteria problems within the body. So these are the kind of things, that's really important, that we can detect the source of the problem. because obviously I could clean the black mould, I got the guy to come and fix the shower, we fixed that problem, and I obviously had to fix me and my dog. Thank God I'm fixed now. But yeah, it took a lot of work, took a lot of work to go through all of that. But again, you know, I value bioresonance so much because it wouldn't have, no allopathic system would have ever given me those answers. So no, we don't diagnose, but we detect. And we get to the root of the problem of what's going on, which is valuable information. And you know, when you get the reports, there's nearly over 100 pages of reports. I go through those, and then we have a 2-hour, maybe a 3-hour consultation where we go through the results, we talk about things, we look at things that if they've identified things that you're no longer resonating with, that you're intolerant to, especially when it comes to food or things in your environment, we're here to help suggest that the changes that you need to make through your diet, through your exercise program, through your well-being program. That's what I'm here as a therapist, to help you through those. Any emotional stuff that comes up, emotional and psychological problems are hugely linked to sickness. Fear is massive. If you're going to stay in a constant state of fear, you are going to attract sickness and disease to you, and you're not going to be well. So we're going to help you with the bioresonance to feel confident, because you know the answers now. You're not wondering. You know, we go into a fear when we don't know something, when we're wondering about something, you know, and then our mind starts playing tricks on us. When we've got the information and we've got the facts, we can deal with things and we can get to the root of the problem, we can find the solutions, and the fear disappears. So you may be fearing if you've got some disease, or you may have been given a diagnosis, a serious diagnosis, and you're in tremendous fear. And I've been there because I had the diagnosis of stage 4 cancer when I was 23, so I understand that feeling. And it was through that cancer that I got my mindset right first, because this is where health and well-being starts, is you've got to change your mindset. And the bioresonance is beautiful at helping shifting your mind. Being a trained animal and human psychologist, I've studied the mind for over 25 years. And it's my speciality as well to help you get into from a negative mindset into a positive mindset, which is going to rocket boost your health and well-being journey for yourself and your animals. So it's 22 minutes on this video now, a little bit longer than I wanted to. I'm going to make some more videos, but I hope this video has helped. Please do like, comment and subscribe. You don't need to subscribe because this is not going on YouTube, I don't think, yet. But like and comment please below. If you've got any questions, pop them below. If you'd like me to send you a brochure, contact me, send me your email address and I can send that out to you. If you'd like a free 20-minute consultation with me so I can answer questions about how the bioresonance may be able to help your particular issues and problems, please do contact me. I'll be happy to help and I'm here to serve. So thank you very much. I hope you've enjoyed this video and I look forward to speaking to you all again soon. Take care.